Welcome back to Newark, New Jersey, and Malcolm X Shabazz Stadium, about 10 miles west of New York City, on a beautiful Friday evening in late August for Pope John Lions Exhibition Football. Mike Formisano, along with you, thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful Friday evening. Well, wish we had a better result to give to you, but the Shabazz Bulldogs on a last-second field goal to end the first half take a 3-0 lead. Good defensive effort by Pope John in that first half. Just find a way to get the offense going here in the third and fourth quarters. Let's go over the roster we have for you right now for Pope John. And again, they may not match up all the jerseys, but we'll give you the best. Number 0 is Prince Joshua. Number 1 is Nick Mignon. 2 is Luke Irwin, although he's wearing number 7 in the gold penny tonight. Yazir Register, number 3. Number 4, Zane Carswell. Number 5, Akai Griffin. Number 6, Alex Schreiber. Number 7, Matthew Rodriguez. Number 8, King Jackson. Number 9, Sam Canetta. Number 10, Alex Rakowski. Number 11, Luke Romano. Number 12, Vic Fiore. He's wearing number 14 in the gold penny. Number 13 is Rocco Marchese. 14, Edward Leonard. 15, Vincent Jessamaria. 16, Anthony Castro. 17, Amir Young. Go ahead and flip the page. Number 21 is Cal Marone. 22, Mike Marston. 23, David Thompson. 25, Aiden D'Olivo. 26, Luke Gialinella. 28, Owen Hull. 30, Carter Johnston. 32, Joe Lebrano. 33, Sean Bauman. 35, Seamus Corcoran. 44, Tom Walton. 45, Andrew Jessamaria. 47, Zane Russell. 51, Aiden Hanneman. 52, Ryan Watts. 54, Riley Watts. 55, Sutton Fullwood. 56, Vincent Giacchi. Number 57, Evan Kennedy. 58, Ethan Wilkes. Number 59, Charlie Formisano. Number 66 is Jacob Post. 68, Landon Hendricks. 70, Cole Roddy. 71, Adrian Savitsky. 72, Mike Morelli. He's wearing 60 today. Saw that on the sack that he had. 77, Emilio Barranco. Number 80, Jack Rosenlund. The new president of the Catholic Academy in Sussex County, we welcome him to Pope John High School, Middle School, and Reverend Brown Elementary School, is Mr. Daniel O'Keefe. The principal of Pope John High School is Gene Emmering. The athletic director is Brian McAleer. The athletic trainers, Gerard Graziano and Jordan Martin. The head coach of the Pope John Lions is Dom Gaston. Assistant coaches Cole Ferrand, Cedric Gaston, Rob Mayer, Jack Morelli, Austin Peterson, Teddy Sibley's, Jacob Vogel, Christian Vosa, and Stefan Whitehead. I'm Mike Formisano. We are here live at Malcolm X Shabazz Stadium in Newark, New Jersey, as the Lions are warming up for the second half of action. It's 3-0, the Shabazz Bulldogs over the Pope John Lions. We'll be back for second half action right after this on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Welcome back to Malcolm X Shabazz Stadium in Newark, New Jersey, just west of Manhattan. As you can see over those bleachers, well, you can't see it, but if you were to go ahead and walk around the bleachers, you'd be able to see Lower Manhattan and the Freedom Tower and all of downtown Manhattan. But we're 10 miles away. We're in New Jersey, and we are at Shabazz Stadium here on this beautiful Friday night to end August. Only one more Friday night in August to go. And everybody who's heading back to Pope John High School, Middle School, and Reverend Brown Elementary School, we wish you a good upcoming year. I know the kids don't want to hear it right now. They are enjoying their summer vacation, but it is on its way as the weather is starting to cool down. And that does mean all the fall athletics are starting. And we will have football, and more football for you on the channel. The freshman and JV games, along with junior Lions games on Sundays, and some spot varsity games as well, depending on what is picked up by the Super Football Conference Network, what is picked up by Big State Sports, and whatever else there is. So we will be with you as much as we can. We'll also be with you for boys and girls soccer, as well as some girls field hockey and girls volleyball throughout the fall season. So we are much looking forward to that. We are excited to be back for another season of Pope John Athletics. So thank you very much for watching and for following the channel. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Also, if you're interested in advertising on the channel and sponsorships, please let me know. You can reach out to me on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube or through the Pope John Administrative Office. We can go ahead and set you up with, if you have a business, we can set you up with a sponsorship, and we'll have those, beginning, middle, or end of games, depending on what you want. So just let us know. Third quarter underway in just a second here at Shabazz Stadium. The Lions and the Bulldogs. Shabazz got on the board with a second to go in the second quarter. A 30-yard field goal that was good by the place kicker for Shabazz. And so now the Bulldogs are going to get the ball to start the second half. We'll see if it'll be Luke Irwin out there again or if Vic Fiore will take over for second half in this scrimmage. So Irwin, who had the number 7 penny, he got the action in the first half at quarterback. And Fiore is on the sidelines. He's got his helmet on, so I think it's very possible he may see the field. If not, it will be back to Irwin as he gets ready for the upcoming regular season. This is really the only game action these guys will see until the opener on Saturday, August 30th. And it will be, it's not going to be an easy game coming right out of the gate. I mean, you've got a state final rematch against DePaul Catholic. And they played on Black Friday last year, right after Thanksgiving at MetLife Stadium. So Pope John definitely going to be looking for payback in that one, but they want to get the season started off right as well. And DePaul Catholic is not an easy customer, to say the least. If you look at the rest of the schedule, you can say that about anybody on the schedule. Paramus Catholic on September 5th. Kellenberg coming up from Long Island on September, I'm trying to think what the date is, September 13th, I believe, at Pope John High School. It's a return trip from last year where Pope John went to Kellenberg and defeated the Firebirds 48-14. You got the Barton on the schedule. You've got Don Bosco on the schedule. Bergen Catholic on Saturday, September 20th. That's game number 2 on the road for Pope John. They only have 3 road games this year and 6 home games. So some home cooking for the Lions. We'll see if they can take advantage of it. All right, I think we're underway here. We're going to start the third quarter. The Lions kicking off from left to right. They're in their white jerseys and white pants. The blue and gold Guardian caps for the Lions today. They have white helmets in the uniform. That's switched from last year's Golden Domes that they had. The new contract with Under Armour for the Pope John uniforms has them in white helmets this year. And Shabazz with black helmets and black jerseys with yellow numbers and yellow pants are going right to left. Seamus Corcoran getting set to kick off for Pope John to start the third quarter. And here we go. High booming kick down to about the 15-yard line. It's caught by Shabazz right back up the middle. The kick returner getting towards midfield. He's still on his feet. The 40, the 30, the 25, 20. He's gone. Into the back of the end zone and a touchdown for Shabazz. Well, if you're a Bulldog fan, no better way to start that second half than what number 13 just did. Here the Lions. You don't like that one bit. 9-0 Shabazz over Pope John here quickly to start this third quarter. So now the Bulldogs come out for the extra point. Place kicker getting set. That is number 38, who connected on the field goal. 30-yarder at the end of the first half. Here's a snap. Place down. Kick is up. Oh, it's blocked. It was a line drive right into the defensive line for Pope John, and so the extra point, no good. So the score with 11:32 to go in quarter number 3, 9-0 Shabazz over Pope John. So now the Lions will get the ball back on the kickoff, and we'll see what the Pope John offense can do to get back into this scrimmage. As I said, plenty of action coming up on the channel. So a lot of scrimmages for all the other sports as we see the scrimmage season end for Pope John football. It's starting up next week, I believe. There's a field hockey scrimmage on Tuesday, boys soccer on Tuesday, girls soccer on Wednesday. All scrimmages until September 4th, but we will try and be there for some of those. I think the boys soccer team is at Lenape Valley on Tuesday afternoon. If we can, we'll be there for that. Spoke with the head coach of Pope John Soccer, Chris Ardea, and he is looking forward to a very exciting season for the boys soccer program. Girls field hockey, girls soccer, and girls volleyball as well. We're going to try and get as many of those sports on the channel as possible. And again, plenty of football upcoming your way as well. Freshman and JV, along with some varsity games possibly. And Pope John Junior Lions football, 11 and 13U. That won't start until, I believe, there'll have a couple of scrimmages next week, but I don't think the season starts for the Junior Lions until Sunday, September 7th. The freshmen for Pope John football on Saturday, August 30th, 3 hours before the home opener. And that game's at the Paul Catholic, so I think we're going to have that game for you, the freshman game. And then the JV will play 9:30 a.m. on Labor Day, so bright and early on the last official day of summer, not unofficial day of summer, but with that JV game, we will be with you for that. Shabazz getting set to kick off. Pope John back to receive at about the 15. Shadows now creeping across the entire field. See if the lights do come on. Here's the kick. High end-over-end kick. Received by number 14. It's Shabazz Register wearing number 14 for the Lions. And he gets down to about the 30-yard line. So Register wearing number 14. Got a chance to see him in freshman football last year. Looked amazing. So looking forward for a big year for Shabazz Register. 1st and 10 for Pope John. And it is Luke Irwin going back onto the field, so he'll get another quarter of practice and getting warmed up for the season. So Irwin in the gun again. McNone behind him. McNone a transfer from Caldwell, and he'll take the handoff right up the middle towards the left side, trying to get to the far hash mark, and the 35. He's met by a wall of Shabazz Bulldogs. Good pickup by McNone. 5 yards. We'll say it's 2nd and 5. Irwin in the shotgun again. I think the days of seeing the quarterback under center are long gone. Pass out to the near side. McNone reaching for that first down marker. He's going to come up a few yards shy. That'll bring up 3rd and short for Pope John. Lions down 9-0. A first half field goal by Shabazz, and then a kickoff return to open up the second half, but a missed extra point. And so the Pope John, if you think of, touchdown and football math, you can figure out a touchdown and a field goal would give them the lead. Irwin with the keeper and out of bounds, and he's tackled. Late hit by Shabazz there at the 45-yard line. And so you can tack on some penalty yardage to that first down run by Luke Irwin. Irwin with a gritty run there, working the sideline and staying on his feet. And he took the late hit by Shabazz, and that's going to add another 15 yards and bring the ball into Shabazz territory. You see a lot of quarterbacks, they'll take the slide if they see they're going to be hit. Not Luke Irwin. Ran right towards the sideline and took the best that Shabazz had to offer, and then some. So that puts Pope John into Shabazz territory at their 39-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Lions. 10:05 to go, third quarter. Irwin in the gun. Takes a snap, hand off to McNone, and he is met maybe past the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard on the play. We call it 2nd and 9 from the Shabazz 38. Irwin in the gun. McNone to his right. Takes the snap, drops back the pass. Flushed out, running towards the near sideline. And knocked out of bounds again at about the 38, maybe 37-yard line. And that was dangerously close for Shabazz, being another late hit. Not called. It'll be 3rd down. So Irwin back to the huddle. Looks okay. 2 big collisions on the sideline. One was tagged for a late hit. One was not. Third and 9 for Pope John. From the Shabazz 38-yard line. Movement on the line by a defensive tackle. And he goes back. Here's the snap. Irwin races towards the far side, the far hash mark. He's at the 40. Throws downfield. Incomplete. Prince Joshua, the intended receiver, but the defensive back for Shabazz all over it. Knocks the ball down before he can get into Joshua's hands. And that'll bring up 4th and long for the Lions. So Pope John again stuck in no man's land. Can't really punt it as they're in Shabazz territory. Can't go for a field goal. They're too far away. So it is 4th and 9, but really no other choice but to go for it here. Movement on the line, and that's number 18 for Shabazz. He's arguing that Pope John moved on the offensive line. I don't think he's going to win it. It's against Shabazz, so a 5-yard penalty. And that'll make things a little easier for Pope John to try and get the first down here. Well, the 5-yard penalty moves the ball up to the 33-yard line. Here's the snap to Irwin. Irwin racing to the far side of the field, trying to get around. He'll throw it down out of bounds, and a turnover on downs as Shabazz. Oh, flags on the play, so we'll see if that results in Pope John keeping the ball. I was looking downfield, so I missed the action regarding the penalty flags, but I was trying to see if there was a receiver down there, and there wasn't, as Irwin threw the ball down the sideline and out of bounds. We'll see what the flags have to do with this. 8:11 to go, third quarter. Yeah, they are turning on the lights. Yeah, the lights are on now, so as it is getting darker here, I wouldn't be surprised if by the 4th quarter we're playing exclusively in dusk. Those 8 p.m. sunsets that everybody's enjoyed throughout the summer are almost all gone until next spring. I'm probably the only person on earth looking forward to a 4:30 sunset. Not quite. That is early, but yeah, see, you can see the lights go on all the way around the field. All right, penalty, and it's against Shabazz. That's going to be an automatic first down for Pope John. So the Lions get new life on the 4th down penalty against the Bulldogs. And so now Pope John will keep the drive alive. 1st and 10 in Shabazz territory. The ball is spotted at the Bulldog 28. So personnel being changed by Shabazz. So are the referees changing the ruling? They are. They're saying the ball is going to go over to Shabazz. I don't have an explanation on it, so. Well, all right, so ball goes over to Shabazz, and they'll start up 1st and 10 from their own 28. So my assumption is that the referees ruled that the penalty was not enough to keep the drive alive for Pope John or give him an automatic first down. So Shabazz with the ball, running back up the middle, number 21. He's met by the Pope John D right there. Thrown down to the turf by the Pope John defense. And I'll tell you, that defensive front has looked very good tonight for the Pope John Lions. So that's going to be a benefit for them this season if the D-line can play the way they have.
Keep it up, D.
So Shabazz gains about 2 on the play, 2nd and 8. Ball spotted at the 30-yard line of the Bulldogs. Quarterback number 10 for Shabazz in the gun. Takes a snap, drops back to pass, fires downfield over the head of number 4. Past the 50-yard line, it's incomplete. Missed the receiver by about maybe 2-3 yards. So that'll bring up 3rd and long for Shabazz. We're in the 3rd quarter, 7:13 to go. 9-0 Bulldogs over the Lions. Pope John trying to get the ball back so they can get a crack at getting into the end zone. Now, it was a missed extra point by Shabazz, so that could come back to haunt them later on. If Pope John's able to get a touchdown and a field goal, that'd be enough to take a lead. Quarterback drops back to pass towards the far sideline. He's got a man. Number 0 catches it, brings it back to the far hash mark, the 35, and it's going to be shy of a first down. So 4th and short for Shabazz. And being in their own side of the field, what happens? Do they go for it? Do they punt it away? Not a lot of yardage you get, maybe 2 or 3. But I'm going to say it's 2.5. Not 2. The ball's at the 36, so they've got to get to the 38, the Bulldogs do. You can definitely do this in a scrimmage. I don't think you can do this in regular season. Shabazz is going to go for it on their own side of the field. A big play for the Pope John defense if they can shut down this play here. Man in motion is number 4. And it was moving on the line beforehand. Referees missed it. Down the field, the number 0 makes the catch. And he's off towards the end zone, and that's a touchdown. 6:03 to go, and Shabazz scores to make it 16-0. And I'll tell you what, I saw it. I would love to have instant replay now because I know the referees missed that one. I saw it. The man on the line for Shabazz moved before the snap. But that was missed. Shabazz scores a touchdown, and it's 15-0 Bulldogs. And too bad you don't have instant replay in high school football. and you could challenge it. Because if the referee saw that instant replay, they would see that the man from Shabazz on the line moved about a quarter second before the ball was snapped. So that should have been an offside and should have moved the Bulldogs back. Instead, a touchdown, and here's the kick for the extra point. It's good. 16-0, Bulldogs lead over Pope John. 6:02 to go, third quarter, here from Malcolm X Shabazz Stadium. We will be right back right after this on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Welcome back to Malcolm X Shabazz Stadium in Newark, New Jersey for Pope John Lions exhibition football. 16-0, Shabazz leads over Pope John. And again, I invite you to go back and watch that play later on when the live stream hits YouTube. It should be tomorrow morning. Usually it takes about 12 hours for the feed to upload. But if you look at that play, look at the near side of the offensive line, and you'll see movement from, I don't remember what player it was now, but I saw a Shabazz player move from the near side of the offensive line about a good quarter second before the ball was snapped. And it was that side of the field that you saw the receiver race down past the defensive backs from Pope John, and they made the reception and ran into the end zone for the touchdown. But that was a clear offside that the referees missed. But there's nothing you can do about it now, and we play as the ball lies, as you would say in golf. 6:02 to go, third quarter, 16-0, and the Bulldogs lead over Pope John. And again, it's a scrimmage, so don't want to make too big a deal of it, but it was clearly an offside, and that play should have come back. Here's the kickoff. High end-over-end kick by Shabazz, taken by Prince Joshua. And flips it over to number 18, who is met by a host of Shabazz Bulldogs. So the trickery by Pope John there does not pay off. But the Lions get the ball, and they will start up 1st and 10. And again, you know, you don't want to say that one play makes a game or doesn't make a game, but the score is 9-0. If that is called a penalty, it's 4th and long. Maybe Shabazz punts, maybe they don't. Maybe Pope John gets the ball back. Now you're talking about the Lions having the ball in Shabazz territory, see if the offense can score a touchdown or a field goal and get to within one score. Instead, that touchdown by Shabazz puts Pope John in a massive hole here, having to come back 16-0 as opposed to 9-0. Big difference. So 1st and 10 for the Lions. Ball spotted at their own 15. Just waiting for the referees to give the whistle to start play up. I think, I want to confirm this, but I think we got a change in quarterback. Yep, Vic Fiore in for the Lions. Running back, met by a host of Shabazz Bulldogs right near the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and 10. Vic Fiore, the sophomore, in for Luke Irwin, the senior, as Irwin will get a break the rest of the game. Fiore will get some experience and some exposure here in this scrimmage tonight. Fiore in the gun. Pass out to the side to number 18. Makes the catch. Takes a hit. Right near the near sideline. Not enough for a first down, but a good pickup of yardage there by Pope John. So you can see on the scoreboard, we got the down, but not the distance. So it says third down, but it doesn't tell you how many yards to go. It doesn't tell you what yard line the ball is on. So I'm just trying to estimate as best as possible. 8:45 and counting. Third down, maybe about 3 to go. Fiore takes a step, fires to the near sideline, incomplete. Over the head of the intended receiver, number 18. And so that will bring up fourth down. This was a 0-0 game with 1 second to go in the second quarter when Shabazz hit a 30-yard field goal to take a 3-0 lead into the break. And then a kickoff return on the opening kickoff of the second half gave Shabazz a 9-0 lead. They missed the extra point. And then midway through the third quarter on a 4th and 2, Shabazz able to have their quarterback hook up with the wide receiver for a long reception and touchdown on a play that, in my estimation, should have been brought back for an offside. But 16-0 is your score here, late third quarter, early third quarter still. It's 8 minutes to go. Well, timeouts on the field. We're going to take one as well. 16-0, Shabazz leads over Pope John. We'll be back right after this on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Welcome back to Malcolm X Shabazz Stadium in Newark. Third quarter action here in this scrimmage for Pope John against the Shabazz Bulldogs. 4th and short for Pope John. Here's a snap to Shabazz Corcoran, who'll punt it away. High kick, about 20, 30 yards down the field. It's going to take a bounce to about the 44-yard line of Pope John and is down there. So a punt by Corcoran, good kick. And Shabazz will start out in plus territory at the Pope John 44. Season starts in earnest in 8 days, just 8 days. It'll be Pope John against DePaul Catholic at Pope John High School. Noon start on Saturday, August 30th, Labor Day weekend. So if you're away for Labor Day weekend, get on back to Pope John High School and attend that game. I believe that game is going to be broadcast on the Super Football Conference Network, so you'll be able to find it there. Other places you can find games for varsity this year, Big State Sports, NJ.com. And if there are other games that we can bring to you, we will. But we don't have the rights to be able to do it. So we will bring for you freshman and JV football all season long, along with Junior Lions coverage as well. So don't feel like you're not getting enough football. We are going to bring football to you. 1st and 10. Here's a snap, and there's an offside on the play. Yeah, it should be an exciting season. The freshman team looks good. JV as well. JV games are usually going to be on Mondays. Freshman games usually on Thursdays, but in 4 different occurrences, when Pope John is home, the freshmen will be playing at the field of the team coming into Pope John. They're freshmen at that school. So DePaul Catholic on Saturday, August 30th, they're coming to Pope John, right? The freshman teams will meet at DePaul Catholic that morning at 9 a.m. So we will be with you for that game. The 9 a.m. start, the freshman game at DePaul Catholic. 3 other times this year, I think Del Barton's won. Quarterback having trouble with the snap there, and he's met right at about the 48, 49-yard line. So a gain of about 2 as the quarterback fumbled the snap, briefly gained control of it, and went forward. So ball down to about the 46-yard line. 2nd and long. A couple of penalties against Shabazz, setting them backwards. So, like the JV game, that is set for Labor Day. So, 9:30 a.m. start at DePaul Catholic. We'll be with you for that. And then Junior Lions games. They don't start till September 7th. But the full slate of 11U and 13U Junior Lions, we'll have that here. And all games this year are going to be on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. We moved everything from Facebook, Junior Lions fans, as we get a flag down. It's going to be against Shabazz, and we're going to move the ball back into Shabazz territory. So, the Bulldogs getting hurt by penalties here on this drive. Best now to get the discipline issues of being onside and not taking penalties in the preseason rather than the regular season. So, ball spotted at the 49-yard line of Shabazz. Quarterback in the gun. He'll take the snap. Number 15, he drops back to pass. Way down the sideline. Almost caught by number 13. He reached up with his left hand, and it just sailed over it. Hits the turf, and it's incomplete. 3rd and long for Shabazz. So as I was saying, yeah, 11U and 13U, we used to broadcast those on the Facebook page. We have moved everything off that Facebook page. We're keeping it open, but we're really not moving any other content onto it. Everything from now on will be on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Freshman and JV football, as well as 11U and 13U Junior Lions games on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube, starting Sunday, September 7th. Quarterback back to pass. Finds the far sideline over the head of number 9, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. Yeah, Pope John Lions TV on YouTube will be where you can find almost everything Pope John athletics related. Boys and girls soccer, girls field hockey some games, girls volleyball, and we'll have all the athletics in the fall for you. And then we'll move into winter. Ice hockey, basketball, boys and girls. Maybe some wrestling this year if I can get somebody to partner up with me. I can't speak wrestling. I apologize. And that's why I didn't do it last year and why I'm hesitant to do it this year. But if I have somebody who can co-broadcast with me and can speak about what's going on with wrestling matches, I'll be happy to do it. I got requests for swimming. Try and get as much on the channel as we can. Spring sports, baseball, softball, boys and girls lacrosse. We'll bring those back. So we are very, very, very excited for another great year of Pope John Athletics right here on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. 4th down for Shabazz here as twilight has fully taken over and the lights are starting to have their impact. The sun is down, so here's a punt by Shabazz. High booming kick. King Jackson back for it. It's going to bounce away from him. And Shabazz is going to down it at about the 10-yard line. So 2:53 to go here, 3rd quarter, and the Pope John offense coming back onto the field to try their luck again. And the Lions will go back into practice. They've been practicing all summer long. And did 7-on-7s in June and July. Practiced with the pads in August, in the heat of the summer. And their controlled scrimmages against Red Bank and against Immaculata this past week. So, chomping at the bit to get into game action. And the defense looked very good today. The offense has had their moments, but we'll see if they can get things going here in this last 2:53 of the 3rd and 4th quarters. And I'm sure the coaching staff will be working with both sides of the ball to get them set for DePaul Catholic on Saturday, August 30th. Here's a snap. Handoff to the near side, number 3. And he takes it down to about the 13, maybe 14-yard line. Good gain by the Pope John running back. Again, this will be easier to call these games when we have the full roster and numbers matching up. So a lot of players still in practice jerseys or numbers that don't match up to what they're supposed to be in the regular season. 2:22 to go, 3rd quarter. Timeout on the field as Shabazz wants to talk things over. Pope John going into the huddle. We'll take time as well. 2:22 to go, 3rd quarter. 16-0. Shabazz leads over Pope John. We'll be back right after this on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Welcome back to Malcolm X Shabazz Stadium in Newark, New Jersey for Pope John Lions Exhibition Football. Mike Formisano here calling today's game. Thank you so much. It's twilight time here in Newark. Vic Fiore taking the snap, running towards the near sideline. He's got some room to run across the 30 to the 35, and he's tackled there. And again, Fiore, just like Luke Irwin, not going to take the slide. He's going to work for that extra yardage. So good effort by Vic Fiore there. And with less than 2 minutes to go in the third quarter, the Lions trying to get something going here. Well, the markers have not moved, so they're going to bring that back. I think they're going to bring it back on a penalty. Pope John called for a penalty, and they're going to move it back. So nullified a run by Vic Fiore, and so the referees will spot the ball at about the 15-yard line. So that's a shame. We'll replay second down. Penalty against Pope John. Fiore in the shotgun now. Takes a snap, drops back to pass, finds number 18 on the sideline. Gains about maybe 3 or 4 yards on the play. And that will bring up third down. Lions have to get to about the 25-yard line, I believe. 3rd and 4. Less than a minute to go in the third quarter. 16-0, Shabazz leads. And for as hot as the summer days have been, wow, the nights have just been terrific. And you can feel it's going to be another beautiful night here tonight. Fiore drops back to pass, finds a man on the near sideline, makes the catch. First down, Pope John, number 18, with the reception. He's going to bring the ball all the way down to about the 30-yard line. So that will give Pope John a first. 21 seconds and counting here in the third. We'll spot the ball at the 29-yard line. 10 seconds to go and counting. See if the Lions can get a play off before the end of the third. Fiore takes a look at the clock. Calls for it quickly. He'll race to the far sideline. He's going to keep it on the option. Nice move around the defensive tackle, getting to about the 38-yard line. So Vic Fiore, who definitely can run and is mobile on his feet, is able to gain a few extra yards there and get the Lions close to a first down. Time has expired in this third quarter. The Shabazz Bulldogs have put up 13 here in quarter number 3, and they lead over Pope John 16-0. We'll be back for fourth quarter action right after this on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. No, that is it. You know what? They're actually moving to the field. They're going to call the game now. So no fourth quarter. So the teams meet at midfield, and they're going to shake hands, and that is the end of the scrimmage. Final score from Malcolm X Shabazz Stadium. The Shabazz Bulldogs defeat the Pope John Lions 16-0. Well, good effort by both teams. Pope John looked very sharp on the defensive end. You had that one kickoff return, which was special teams. You had the field goal. And then that one play, which I ventured to go back and look, you can see that it was clear offside. But Shabazz hits the 4th and 2 reception down the field, and the wide receiver scampers in for a touchdown. That's pretty much all she wrote. The offense needs to go ahead and do some work and get everything ready. But again, they'll be facing teams that are tough, but the Shabazz Bulldogs team was definitely game today, and Pope John will have to figure out the answers necessary to be able to compete in the Super Football Conference this season. And I'm sure head coach Dom Gaston will take a repeat of last season, if anything, just to be able to get to the state final again like they did. You know, winning 3 games in the playoffs and then going to the state final at MetLife Stadium. But it's a long road back to MetLife, and Pope John's road starts Saturday, August 30th against DePaul Catholic at noon, Pope John High School. And please be with us next week for some exhibition action, Pope John boys soccer, girls soccer, and some field hockey. And then we'll have freshman football for you on Saturday, August 30th, 9 a.m. from DePaul Catholic High School. So, for everyone here in Malcolm X Shabazz Stadium, this is Mike Formersano saying thanks for joining us. Final score once again in this last scrimmage of the preseason. The Shabazz Bulldogs defeat the Pope John Lions 16-0. Have a good night, and we'll see you next week for more Pope John Athletics on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Good night.